All right. Welcome to another episode of Ran Out of Talent. I'm your host, Joe Zer Jr., and with me is my co host, Zach Donathan. How's it going tonight, Zach?
Hey, Joe.
Eh, We're
It's
on
pretty
episode
good.
199.
So we got to do something special for 200.
I don't know what
What?
yet.
But what did the listeners and the watchers? What? What do they want to see? What would
I
be
don't
cool
know.
for them?
I don't know. I was halfway thinking about bringing back as a guest the original co host and see if he'll do it with
Hmm.
us. Um, Oh, maybe a small giveaway or two, but it's like, how do you do a proper giveaway? It's tough. Maybe a entry wheel or something like that, or I'm not sure. Freaking a man. I don't know. I'm pretty burnt up, but we'll get into that in a little bit. First off, on this podcast, we talked a lot about Dale Reek's journey and how he eventually lost his life. Um, so on May 9th, we will be having a remembrance for Dale Reek at FTR Raceway this weekend at Rick's Hobby Farm on the 24th. Unfortunately, I won't be able to attend. They'll be selling 50-50 tickets. 50% goes to the winner, but instead of 50% going to the track, it goes to the Reek family. They'll be doing this at FTR and the MNRC as well. And also, Riley Myers, young up and comer in Minnesota. He's a real good dude. I race with him and his dad. He is donating an e-truggy to raffle waffle off. Those tickets will be $5 a piece. We're not sure when the start and end date to that is, but stay tuned. So yeah, a lot of things, you weren't on last episode, but I went to the wake of Dale Reek, and I saw some guys I haven't seen since the 510 closed. I mean, obviously, man, it was like surreal seeing your friend in a box. And, it's like in his family mourning, and everybody's mourning is just, I mean, it's hard to explain, it's different when the person is actually a friend. I'm sure you've gone to wakes that you just go to support a person.
I mean, I've gone to family, like
I,
like
I've got
close family members.
yeah, close is yeah, that's just as hard, if not harder as well. But yeah, so keep an eye on all the Minnesota racing pages for more information. So you went to the Canadian Nationals, and that's why you did went to PNB as a vendor, and then you went to the
Hmm.
Canadian Nationals to race. How did the PNB go, first of all?
P&B was great sales wise. It was really good.
Mhm.
Um, not only as a to retail customers, but also to the vendors there, Rhino and Ken from Speed Demon, Rhino from Rhino Racing, obviously, are really big supporters of DRC, and I can't appreciate and thank them enough for that. Chad has some products as well from N2RC, I want to think,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
yeah, so I really, so they picked up some products at the end as well. And so it was a really good weekend for sales, and I got to make some great connections again this year. And so hopefully bigger and better things for DRC next year.
So now when you go to an event like PNB, because you do have some A scale e-buggy in your history,
Hmm.
um, does it kind of give you any kind of an itch?
It's too big. If the track was half the size, I
Well,
would consider it.
PNB, it's a huge track, man.
Like
That
I think the really fast guys were getting 9 laps. Like
yeah,
Dakota was like 9 laps.
that's that. I mean, that's a massive track. It really is. There's
I'm
only
good.
one track I've seen bigger than that, and that is Rocky Hill in New Hampshire. It's a fifth scale track, and the fast guys were hitting 55-second laps.
Yeah. So like
Scott, go ahead.
I drove a buddy's buggy when they had the not last year when they had the wall red, but the year before that when they had the big jump.
Yep.
And I got one. I practiced for 5 minutes, and he had an extra buggy and was like, "Do you want to race?" And I said, "Nope."
Well, I mean,
It was so hard.
it is when you get to that back third of the track, it's like there's a lot of compensation you have to do to reaction time. It's like
Well,
instead of turning 6 feet sooner, you got to think maybe turn 20 feet sooner because by the time your brain reacts to it, you'll be hitting the corner.
not only that, but like my eyes are not good.
Yeah.
Like my wife can read things further out than I can.
Hmm.
And like I have this is the best my eyes get with the glasses. So
Yep.
like the further things are away, the less I know where they're at, and I'm fully guessing.
I
So
have, I have the opposite. I have bifocals for work. So but I can't wear the bifocals while racing. It does a fisheye to me,
mhm.
you know. So P&B looked like a lot of fun. Dakota, is that the one where he doubled up on wins?
I'm not gonna lie. This is 3 weeks and
So many races have happened.
like I don't know, 2,500 miles ago.
Hmm.
Like I don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like 2 weeks ago, I went to Zero RC in Marshfield, Wisconsin. That feels like a lifetime ago because that's my last carpet race until INS in June. And by the way, if you're pre-register, you better pay because it's gonna fill up fast. Um, so yeah, I did that. That's a big track for a carpet, nothing like P&B, don't get me wrong, but for a carpet track, Zero is deceivingly large. Um, in truck, I don't want to brag or nothing. I had the fastest truck, and my fast laps were around that 16.2.
That's a good sized track though. That's like not too big, but like right
It's
at the sweet spot of just big enough.
except for the pulls, you can see absolutely everything on the track. I mean, dude, it was a great time. Brian, he put in an awesome layout. That's Casey Belkey's dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Everybody at Zero. I mean, it was a busy day. Um, it was a lot of fun. We got a lot of help. But it was a really chill environment. Next year they're talking about getting the new flavor of the month carpet, which is what Island use and which is what PDX uses. And if they do that, they're gonna have a once a month series deal, is what they're talking about. And if they do that, oh, I'm down because the environment of the track, I would say, is 50% of it. Because we've all been to, a great track in a crappy environment, or vice versa, a great environment and a crappy track.
Hmm.
You can't all the way compensate one way or the other if one totally sucks and one's great. But I mean, it's lacking good carpet, but the layout was great. It is one of the it was easy to get around. It was easy to hit my level of mediocrity, but it was hard to be fast on.
Hmm.
But yeah, dude, Zero is awesome. And then you were at the Canadian Nationals. You raced mod touring car.
Hmm.
So were you selling as well, or was that another event where you were you able just to sit and race, or did you have like a booth?
No, so there was very similar to the US Indoor Champs. There was a hobby shop there who I
Mhm.
gave a bunch of product to.
Yep.
Um, and so they sold quite a bit of product, which was nice. And I had overall it was a good time. There's a couple negatives to the event, but there's a
Mhm.
bunch of positives too. Like the environment was really awesome. There was a bunch of people there. It's the second largest on-road event in the U.S.
Yeah.
But after coming from an event like PNB, it feels small.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Um,
I mean,
so there was like
PNB. Go ahead.
this year PNB had like 700 entries, and it was down
Yeah,
300 entries from last year.
that's crazy. What was going on next to PNB? I think that's why it was down.
No, it was the Easter weekend.
Oh, that's right, that's right. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
that's what I talked to a lot of guys. Like Mike Barkis, for example, wasn't there.
Yep.
He runs 3 classes. A bunch of his buddies didn't go as well. So he normally rolls in with a crew of like 10 dudes, so that's 30 entries right there. Everyone
Right.
runs 3 classes there. Um, but at the Canadian Nats, the event went pretty good. They don't have a subfloor, so there's no way to stretch the CRC carpet, which
Yep,
is
yep.
pulled incorrect, like it's rolled out incorrectly, so the ends are
Oh,
longer than the middle.
yep.
So you have these like on the ends where the seams are, you have these bumps, these undulations. Um, and it when you go over one of those in
Mhm.
a touring car or a 12 scale, you're just guessing what's happening to your car.
Right.
Like there was one in the crosstown, and as we raced, it got better and more predictable, but not amazing. It wasn't, like when I go to a hotel race, which is kind of what I was anticipating this to be.
Yep.
There's a subfloor, there's a new carpet, um, a kind of a decent layout, and the layout was great. The
Mhm.
track was a touch small, but it was okay.
Yeah.
We were doing
Oh,
like, well, I was doing 8-second lap times,
okay.
like an 8.2, and
Yep.
then like Sam and Bear were doing 7.8s.
I was gonna say, yeah, Hey Bear looked like he was on rails.
Yeah, Bear in the main was definitely the fastest car. Sam TQ'd and was able to stay out in front, and that was it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, and yeah, so I don't know. But besides the track, I feel like the event overall was good. It was a little lackadaisical. So we had a couple long days when they could have been quite a bit shorter.
Yep.
Um, but it wasn't bad. And it's in a mall, so it's really cool. You get to go like in Canada.
That
So
looks
there's a whole bunch of shops that I've never heard of before.
oh, yeah.
So I'm
Um,
just going around putzing, looking what's in the mall.
I wanna say I saw Lemieux go to that race, like, 15 years ago on Facebook, and I'm like, "Oh, that looks like so much fun."
He must have done the first one because this was a 15
Yeah.
event then.
Yeah, no, Lemieux, until he retired as a professional RC car racer, I remember that was one of his staple events. Um, yeah, it was towards the end of his racing. Maybe he was doing motive and whatnot. I'm not sure. It
Yeah,
was
towards the end he was doing all three: racing, motive, and gravity.
yeah, I can't remember exactly, but I mean, I looked at his Facebook page. I'm like, oh my god, this looks amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The food court was pretty good.
Yeah,
Um, Not bad. It was different food, but it was okay. Not bad.
I always thought about doing something like that at the Mall of America, except I don't have $40,000 to rent that. I think that's like one day, unless you're like a
I
charity.
Yeah, well, so actually this weekend I went to the Kentucky Expo Center, which
Mhm.
is like where they have the state fair, and they have like I don't even know how many of these rooms, but like we'll say 7 of these rooms that are just 1,000 by 1,000 feet. They're
Yep.
just big ass rooms, and my wife and she wanted to go to this Plant Expo thing.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, we'll go to the plant expo, whatever. And there was a bunch of cool exotic plants that were all like $200 a piece, and I'm like, I'm out. She's
There's
like,
a
you
guy
don't
who
want
spends
anything?
thousands on RC.
Well, look, I can put that RC car over there. It ain't
Yep.
going anywhere. It's not gonna die. I don't need to water it.
Well, it
Nothing.
might die, Zach. It might die.
No, the batteries might die. You gotta buy new batteries.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. It was so anyway, no, I don't need anything else to take care of. But a space rent, they had a partial space, like a quarter of that space rented out.
Yep.
We could do something like that for a big race in RC. That might be okay.
That would be cool to do at an event. It definitely would.
They had a car show next door.
That's the thing. That's one of LSRCC's biggest event. They do Motorhead Madness every year. The track is never like they put newspaper under the track to like fill the potholes that's in the cement and all that other junk. But I mean, it's a large event and it's gotten people into racing. And at the end of the day, that's the ultimate goal is to get people into racing.
Yeah, at the Canadian race, there was probably a dozen people that I talked to that was like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
And we had so there's like a guardrail, and then they put banners around the whole thing. So
There's a big race in an off-road race in Europe that they do like that as well, that I would love to do as well. Um, I gotta start getting more media. I gotta get like really get on top of my media game. So companies from overseas hires me. Like our photographer Shu got hired to do the e-buggy worlds. I wanna say I forget for who. I know.
where is that at?
That was that Argentina or Portugal? One of the I don't remember exactly, but he got hired because of the work he does with Mod Live Media. And you know what? I'm going to say this. This is not just my opinion. Shu, by far, is the best RC photographer in the world. And I mean, yeah, man, he comes at a premium. So let's catch up with the chat. JJ Mustang checking in. Benjamin James is saying there's a little bit of controversy at the A3 at the Roar Carpet Nats. We're getting into that. Oh, it's Portugal and Red RC hire him, Keenan says. Chase Ehrlich checking in. Got to get him on. We got to get his racecraft exit interview. He posted a funny video that's not exactly PG. I would say it's more of an R-rated video, so we'll keep it off here. But yeah. So anyway, all I know, because I'll be honest, I watched practice and a little bit of seeding from the Roar Carpet Nationals, and the track looked great. Don't get me wrong, but there was not much passing room. You had to screw up.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I hate to keep bringing up Island, but every time Island makes a layout, you have at least two good spots to pass. You have at least
Well,
two.
I
And
think
when
there's.
go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, and at zero, there was a couple good spots to pass, but we've all been on and off road on that track where it's just a freight train around and you hope the person in front of you makes a mistake. But when they're running in that 97% and higher efficiency, there's not going to be a mistake, and you have to get aggressive and try to force something, and it's going to get rough.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I think like the bigger the track, the easier it is to put in those features that you could have a pass.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have, I mean, Maximus wasn't a small track, but it's not a big track.
It's a medium.
Yeah, it's medium. But I would say like Island is a large track.
Island's very large, yes.
Or like FCC is a large track.
Yes. Zero.
I haven't seen Zero, but
I mean,
probably a large
16
track.
with truck. I want to say Cole Tollard was at a 15 flat with modified buggy.
It's a big truck.
Colt, dude. It's off topic, but watching a real mod buggy, it's like, oh my god, that's some crap I cannot do. That looked difficult. But yeah, that's the thing too. It's like, I mean, Brock Champlin just won back-to-back Roar Nationals with four-wheel drive modified buggy.
Mhm.
With Shim Shady as teammate in the 2, Dakota Fenn in the 3, Rinderneck in the 4, Sontag in the 5, Lemieux in the 6. Top 6, X-Ray and Schumacher. Dude.
I have to say, Tater's really pulled his career up this year.
Well, he has to.
Yeah, last year was a downward spiral of craziness.
When Dakota was on the upswing with his first year with I won't necessarily even say an upswing, but I would say continued success. That's a good. I mean, he had mediocre parts of the year, but I would definitely call Dakota's first year with X-Ray successful.
Yeah, new car, new
Yeah,
new electronics.
Yep, he was
new.
first year Coyote. But
Yeah.
but yeah, and then you look at Sontag dealing with the exact same situation, but Tater is also quite a bit younger. You know, he's gonna have big slumps until he makes
I
a
don't
decision.
think he's 25 yet.
Is he 21?
I think he's over 21.
Because
Let me
I want to
see.
say Aiden Horn's 23, maybe 22, gonna be 23. You know,
Let's see here. 93. He is the same age as I am. He is. If Facebook is
he was
correct,
not born in 93.
that's what Facebook says.
That's what he's 19. Keenan got it.
Okay.
He's 19.
Well, look, that's what Facebook says. That's
I
all I
know.
got. If it's on Facebook, it's got to be true.
I want to say
Okay?
Nate Sutherland put his birthday as like 1999 or something like that.
Yeah, Nate's might be Nate will be 18 this year.
Yeah.
So
Tater really has to decide.
Well, I think this year's a great year for him so far.
It's been a great year. He's been kicking ass with the e-buggy.
Yeah, he's doing really good in 8 scale.
Yeah, I'm shocked, to be honest. I kind of looked at him as a 10 scale guy who picks up an 8 scale every once in a while.
Yeah, and it's showing up to be the inverse. But in 10 scale wise, he's not bad anymore.
No.
Mid-pack for being not making many shows last year is good.
Mm-hmm.
And on different surfaces too. It's not just carpet.
Right. But yeah, it's definitely a good weekend for X-Ray and Schumacher. And I mean, you have a wide variety of tires, the main. I don't know, man. I did not see the controversy, but congratulations.
I did.
What happened?
So and I don't know the colors, but it looked like, so Shim Shady was leading, and like I don't know how many seconds were left, but I saw this real quick on Facebook. And they're coming like on the straight, and he goes a little wide, and Brock puts it in there.
Oh yeah.
And Brock gets in front of him before they take off, and Brennan runs into the back of his car because he wasn't expecting Brock to be there.
Yeah.
And Brennan flips over.
It sounds like pushing the issue.
Well, and I mean, and that might not be the issue, but that's what I saw on Facebook. And again, I saw it on Facebook, so it's got to be true. It's like Tater Sontag is, 33 years old.
It's not like we're doing AI things wrong. Dude, we gotta talk to those guys.
They need more help. It's too much shit to do, and they just need more help.
Clayton is a friend. Clayton, stay away from AI, please.
Well, and I think AI can be used for tool, but you gotta but the thing is, like, Clayton has so much crap on his plate, and he's trying to do he's trying to race all the things, and
Mhm.
he's trying to be the royal president, and trying to do all these other things, and he's a father.
Yep.
Um, and like, it's tough, man.
Yeah. No,
But we just need
definitely.
more help at the top level. Like, if I it, like realistically, and I talked to my wife about this a little bit, and I was like, "Well, what do you think about me like going on the rural board?" And she's like, "You don't have any time now." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah." And she goes, "Maybe when the kids move out, we can have this conversation again." And I was like, well, "That makes sense."
That's why I'm kind of in a situation I'm at the cusp of I'm a year away from my daughter being a legal adult and 4 years away from my son being a legal adult. And oh, dude, should we answer a spam call on my no, we won't do that.
No, no, we should not do that. This is an RC show, not a prank show.
I know, but it's fun
This
sometimes.
isn't. This isn't CNN or something like
Yeah.
that.
But it's one of those things. It's like, but if I have this little bit extra time, is that how I want to fill it?
RC,
Um,
Joe, how many years have you been in RC?
38.
And would you say you enjoy competitive racing?
Yes.
Have you done anything to positively influence competitive racing?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, I think we have our answer.
Yeah. And that's the thing, it's
No,
yeah.
and I don't. The thing is, like, I don't want to be like the Rural Region 5 director, and I don't think I'm the best fit for the job. But at the end of the day, like, I'm willing to put in the work and
Mhm.
to promote something I believe in, and like whatever effort I'm able to put into this is going to have to be the right amount because
Yeah.
I don't have any more time.
Right. Right.
Um,
Well, you run a business,
that too, and
That's long hours. Very long hours.
well, it's not like it's the
It used
events that are killing me.
Yeah, it used to be longer hours, but you finally you put your backlog up. So when somebody orders a custom set of charge leads, you're like, "Hey, your website automatically goes, this is how long it's going to take to get these." Before you did that, I got a set of custom charge leads in 5 days, but you were probably working 16 hours a day.
No, I just wasn't that busy.
Uh,
Like, and a lot of it's like I am technologically incapable. Like, the website without hiring somebody is as good as it is.
mhm.
Like, that's it. There's
Yeah.
no there's no hire. Like, I that's all I got. So, but I am working with some people, and I am fortunate enough to be able to try and promote this and do kind of different things. And
Mhm. Oh, by the way, I got my new hoodie. I was gonna wear it tonight, but, it's too warm for this time of year. I put it on, I was gonna
mm,
wear it to the track the, other week, and
it's so warm.
I started sweating so much I thought I was sick. I'm like,
But is it a nice hoodie?
"It's a nice hoodie, and it's gonna be great in Minnesota winters."
And you can dry it, and it doesn't shrink. It
Yes.
shrinks like just a quarter inch the first time, and
Yep.
that's it.
So it's like a
And they
origin
come out
boot.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's so nice, and they're soft on the inside. And
Dude, it's
like,
so
I'm
hot.
not saying this to plug this, but like, all my hoodies are going to that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care if I have like 5 or 6 different plain hoodies. Like,
Mhm.
I'm just going to that material. That's so nice.
Dude, I was a fan of it when I put it on. It's just too hot for this time of year. Um, yeah, Lee says it's a great hoodie. He's got one too.
Mhm.
Chase Lemieux wins your two-wheel drive modified buggy. I
Which is
believe that.
insane.
Yes.
Not
I
because Chase doesn't deserve to win.
I mean, it's again though, it's X-ray Schumacher team associated.
Well, yes. I not so much like the winners and the losers, but like Dakota TQ'd 4 rounds,
Yeah,
and
but
then I don't know what happened.
I don't know, man. I've seen it and I've seen glimpses of it. Chase can, if Chase is on, he'll find a way to make the pass. You know what I mean? Um, I don't know. And I forget Chase's hot race. If I'm,
Hmm.
oh, dude, that was a hot race matrix battle there too. So
With Matrix new carpet tires.
yeah, Matrix. Um, I'm sure Matrix is going to make a truggy tire, but I was going to bring this up when we were talking about P&B. Was
Mm.
Dakota on in buggy on promotion as well?
No, just I saw
Just
him gluing up. So yeah, I mean Dakota pitted like 20 feet from my booth, maybe.
yeah, yeah,
And so I just went over and talked to him every once in a while. And Dakota's a team driver, and like I've known him since he was
yeah,
like this tall. And
yeah.
I know him sitting down, but like I've just known him for like 20 years
Hmm.
or however long he's been kicking my ass forever.
Yeah,
And um and so I don't know, we talk and he's just a really nice guy anyway. So but I went over and he was prepping tires for the main, and and he wanted some more cables, so I was taking his order while he was gluing up some tires, and I was looking at them, and I was like, "Oh, is that the new whatever?" I don't know the names of all the things.
hmm,
And it was a bar style, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting. You like this one here?" Because I saw that everyone else is running like the I'm going to say the wrong tire, but it looks like a cut down hole shot kind of looking tire,
mm.
like a
Yep, yep.
rehab or a re something.
Super small pin.
Yeah, it's a pin tire,
Hmm.
and he was running like something that looked like an Electron, kind of. I don't know the tires anymore. You guys are gonna have
Yep.
to forgive me.
Oh, it's fun.
But it was a bar tire,
Hmm.
and I was like, oh, that's really interesting. You like this tire? And he goes, yeah. And then so I was looking at it, and it said Matrix on it. And I don't know.
Yeah.
And
No,
and if he wasn't running that, he was gluing up like I guess three. Well, no, it'd be 6 sets
yep,
because I think they did AAA mains.
yep, yep,
There
yep.
was a whole bunch of tires on his bench.
Dude, I
Not
mean,
one of them was ProMotion.
so what my question is, and I should probably ask a pro this because I wonder if the glue goes bad, but why don't they glue prior to race? I mean, don't glue like a month ahead, but like the week before a race, mount up all your tires.
I think I have an answer for that,
Okay.
and it goes back to the same problem that we have.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know the hot tire, and
Mm,
they only have so many foams and rims. You can shove 4 tires into one tire
sure. Sure. I
if
mean
you
that
have.
yeah, that makes sense. I just you think the team manager would have just about everything, but
Well, Dakota is the team manager,
yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
but I bet he does. But like, are you going to spend a million hours gluing up tires that you don't know that are going to work? And I bet he did go have a whole shit pile of tires that he glued up that he thought was going to work.
And I'm willing to bet next year he's going to have a notebook well,
Oh yeah.
notes on his phone ready to go and he's going to know what to start on and go to and all that other stuff.
Oh yeah. I see. Something I never knew about, and I hear guys talking about it, but I never really like raced nitro competitively, so I didn't really consider it. But like while I was over there talking to Dakota about all this, when he was done gluing up his tires, he was measuring the fuel in his nitro buggy, and he
Mhm.
goes, big old syringe out. I'm
Yeah.
like, what are you doing with that? He goes, I'm measuring the fuel with that. And I go, yeah, and based off of how much is left, you can calculate how much time you have left. And he goes, yeah, there's this really cool app.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And he goes, yep, there's like 25 milliliters or whatever was
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
And then he goes and puts it on his phone and goes, oh, I could do like a 9 something or other.
Yep. That
And
is
he says, but in the main, I get a little bit better mileage. I might be able to do this, that, the other thing. And I was like,
I'm gonna push it unless I go on my lid.
yeah. And I was like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
But it was so cool. I didn't know anything about. I learned a lot at PNB this year. And I didn't get to. I only watched like 5 races.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's getting pretty advanced out there. Yeah, freaking it's I don't know, man. A scale. I I think it's always gonna I think it's gonna push the rest of racing with what they're doing. Because people seem to care. I mean, everybody races A scale. The majority of the people that race A scale race 10 scale. And I've seen everybody is like 95% of people. But a lot of us live in states where it snows. A lot of people like oval, a lot of people like other things, but they take a lot of what they learn from ace scale and they put it into other factions, and it moves all of our C forward, I think.
In
Uh,
some ways.
yeah.
In some ways, I think 8 scale's like way far behind.
I think they're a little far behind in well, I'll be honest with you. There have been some exceptions, and especially this year. But we don't need the long mains anymore. In my
I
opinion.
think for Nitro,
I don't think
it's.
we need them.
I know, but it's cool.
It is. One fuel stop. We don't need half hour.
No, you gotta have more than one.
We don't need a half hour. We don't need 45 minutes. In my opinion, we don't need an hour because, with a few exceptions, and somebody having a part failure, people don't break anymore. They'll have like a servo failure, or they'll flame out, or whatever.
Mhm.
They're not blasting off the track anymore. In the mains with pit stops, they're still above 97% efficiency.
I'd be curious. The next big race, I'm gonna take a look at the mains at like 15 minutes in,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna take note, and then
Yep.
I'm gonna see where they finish,
W-
how those
I
people finished.
barring equipment failure, the top 5 stays where they're at.
I'd say I, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I would be interested to see if the top 10 were similar. But if that's the case, you're right. There's no reason for long mains, but it does add some complexity to it.
It does. Totally does. I mean, if you're not doing 5-second or below, I want to say Sean Van Dalen's down to 4.8 pit stops for Seth, 4.8 seconds. I mean, he's
How many
down.
of those are they just ripping out?
I don't know, but Elite has a freaking deal on their webpage. Whenever they go to the event, they time it and they post on their webpage. So, like, I mean, your top 10 are like 5-1 and faster.
Yeah, I want to say the fastest was like under 4 seconds.
Yeah, and that's freaking crazy just to get the fuel spilled.
Well, like I saw a video, and I don't remember who it was, but they were fueling before the buggy hit the stand, like the rail.
Yeah. So
then they were like, they hit it on the way, and then like picked it up and threw it while they were still, and then fuel went.
Yep. Adam Drake, with his big ass hands, can grab the car and open the fuel tank with one hand and fuel stick with the other.
Whoa.
I have big hands, and I watch that, and I can't do that. My hands aren't big enough.
Look, I also have big hands, and there are dudes, and I know you know this, but there are dudes in jiu-jitsu who make my hands look tiny.
Oh yeah, yeah. MMA gloves.
They're like, it's the size of my face, like even bigger, because my hand's like the size of my face.
Yes.
Way bigger than that. Like their palm is as big as my face. It's crazy. They can palm my whole face.
Yes.
It's insane.
Yes. I've actually done that to a person once. in a tournament. They're pissing me off. Don't stall and guard, you pussy. Anyway, 17-5, Buggy.
Right.
Sorry. Dustin Fox wins that one. Great win for Dustin. Antonio Caputo second. Dominic Passione in the 3. Aaron Mitchell in the 4. Shout out to Kyle Holmberg, your Region 7 team associated team manager, and one of my buddies made the A, finishes 9th in the A.
Now, who is this Antonio Caputo?
I've seen his name like once before. I'm serious.
I've never seen him, and he was kicking butt this whole weekend.
Well, remember last year when I'm like, dude, Aaron Mitchell guy, I've never seen him before, and he's going to be fast as shit. And you're like, I've never seen him. I don't know. And
then I met him at Island.
Yeah. For a year straight, the dude's been like crushing.
Mm-hmm. He's doing pretty good.
He was not on my radar until last April. And from last April to now, I mean, he's super fast and consistent. Switch it
you know who else?
Who?
Dominic Passione.
Yes,
Dominic. Like he just showed up, like at Clash last year, kicked ass. Yeah. First time I've ever heard of this kid. Yeah, my whole life. It just won Clash, and I'm like, who does this?
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of Dominic Passione, won 13-5 Wheeler with a tricked out B74.2.
Yeah.
I mean,
still same buggy he's been running for 2 years.
It's got all the R1 on it.
It does, but if they make the R1 buggy like that, it's gonna be. I mean, I've seen it. It's a B74 too with the R1 stuff on it.
Austin saying it's a R1B car. That's his 2-wheel, Austin. His 4-wheel's a B74 too with a lot of R1 stuff on it. It's good. Dustin Fox in the 2, Ben Decker in the 3, Stadium Truck. Nate Sutherland wins that one. Kyle Holmberg finishes in the 3rd in truck. I forgot that because Stadium Truck, there weren't many people. I forgot Holmberg was racing in it.
Nate won, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it's weird that he ran 13.5, but I guess he wanted to run a 3rd class.
Yeah. Oh, I'm being told Dominic's was running a Schumacher wheeler, so he switched from the Clash then. Because at the Clash he had a B74 too.
I talked to him last time. And I was,
Yeah. Oh man. John Mann's Team Powers driver, 121.5 buggy, 40 plus. Oh, Bradley Borneal beat BT and Chicky and John Cravata. I mean, so here's a question I had at the end of all this. Don't get me wrong. 180 some entries. It's pretty decent.
That's not like the Roar should be. Again, it shouldn't be a race for Larry, Joe, and Curly. Like, it should be a race for like the best in the country. And if that means we have 130 people, like, okay, that's what we got.
Okay. But my question is, what? I mean, we didn't even have like Cav, for example. He was at EOS. It's just like,
Cav's at EOS?
He was last weekend.
Man, I haven't even heard anything about Cav this year.
Yeah, well, Cav, he's been silent. And again, A scale. Besides almost last year making the main at the E-Buggy Worlds, he has not made a very large splash in A scale. 10 scale, he's been quietly top 10, top 5, sometimes battling for wins. He was at EOS and it was, I don't know how he did. I don't know how to look at the European scoring. They do.
I am
And
like
it's
my.
it's not me being an ignorant American. Everything they score under in Europe is pure garbage for just regular guys to see.
It's terrible.
Like you can go on to Live RC and you can click on final results. You can click on every single race and it's super easy. Yeah. And dude, just use Lifetime. I believe Lifetime's an international app. Quit being stubborn a-holes and use Lifetime. That's all I got to say. But yeah, Cav was at EO. But my point is, and we see this at large events everywhere, and this is what always pisses me off, was every single local racer there supporting the track. And it doesn't have to be every racer, but dude, a track like that, I bet you if every person that races there in the wintertime, let's say 3/4 of them show up, I guarantee the Roar Nationals would be full. You know what I mean? Some
Yeah.
people can be intimidated by a big race. Some people have a hard on for Roar. Some people make up a lot of shit in their heads. But dude, I would like to know what the local turnout was at this national event. But my question with this one, with things like RC car racers are very Johnny come lately. So a good question here is carpet like last week? You know what I mean? Because with ONS having not a full first round, but a wildly successful first round. And I bet you if you talk to Elite and J Concepts, it's some of their most viewed things. And people are digging it. And 5-Star Raceway and other loose dirt things that are happening. Do you think we might be looking at a shift?
Until races start getting rained out, yeah.
But, and again, you can have an indoor place like 5-Star, but you'd have to own the building. And that is the biggest hang up for indoor dirt. We're now in the time where you can go to a building owner and be like, hey, I want to move X amount of dirt in here. They're going to tell you to go fuck yourself.
Yeah. I mean, real quick, so Cab finished 18th at the EOS
Oh, that's rough.
in 4-wheel drive buggy.
That's rough.
I didn't look at 2-wheel drive because it can't be much better.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like the thing with carpet is it's really consistent. It's really easy.
Mm-hmm.
You want to change a layout, like let's pick up some jumps, let's put
It's
a board
huge.
here.
Yep.
You know, like you could do it in a couple hours if you had like 3-4 dudes.
But like smart thing that like Thunder Road did. So their wall ride, they had several features that you couldn't see were on casters. So if they had to move something big and heavy, and it's like, how do they move it? They were all on casters that sunk down once they were. But anyways, go ahead.
No, and like the thing with like as a person who has worked outside on like
Yeah.
hard clay tracks,
Mm-hmm.
I've run the shovel, I've run the rake and the watering hose,
Mm-hmm.
and then the broom to get all the water that rained the night before that ruined our event. Like,
Yep.
it's a bunch of fun. You know what's better? Throwing my car down and not having to do any of that.
100%. I couldn't agree with you more. I like outdoor racing. I like loose dirt, but I do not like picking up a shovel. You know, and after all the work I've done to the 3/5 scale sitting in my RC room this weekend, my trucks, and these are my trucks, are never going to touch a track where there's squishy mud on them ever again.
No, it's so much work to clean. You have to take everything apart. You have to clean all the bearings. You probably got to throw some away because they're
Oh,
not salvageable.
mm-hmm.
You have to rebuild all the diffs. If you're
Mm-hmm.
lucky, you don't have to rebuild the shocks. All the hinge pins, just it's so much work.
It is. I was telling you before the show, I got off work Friday night and I sat in my RC room until last night, from Friday to Sunday night. And I'm still not even, I would say I'm 60% of the way finished with the 3 trucks. I got a really good deal. I bought my dad a truck and I got a really, really good deal on it. And there is a really nice truck that was under the muck. So let's say me doing a front clip on my car takes an hour to an hour and a half. That's shock, stiff, get it clean, make sure all the bearings are good, SC1, put it back on the truck. On that truck, because it's like what happened was they blew out 2 diffs and kept running it. So there's oil all over it and they ran it through sand. I can't tell you how hard that is to clean. So it's like a front clip on that truck takes 4 hours. So because of that, my trucks will never touch mud ever again. Going back to our outdoor discussion. The work I put in on those trucks has made me so sour. My hands hurt so much. It's ridiculous.
And that's the downfall of racing outdoor. And people want to go race outdoor because they haven't raced outdoor in 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
They have forgotten about that. And they've forgotten about the work that it puts in to maintain your vehicles.
Sure.
They've forgotten that it rains outside. And
Yep.
after a season of getting rained out events every other weekend, and after having to clean out countless bearings and throwing them away, and just
Mhm.
man,
That's
I
the thing.
remember those days, and just cleaning it took 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Just if I didn't take it apart,
Yep.
and all I did was simple green and then the toothbrush,
Get
and
it
then blow it
spotless.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then WD-40, it took 45 minutes just to do that, and that's doing no maintenance. That's just
Yeah.
oh, it's a little dusty, and I'm trying to keep it nice.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's that is a huge downfall of outdoor racing, but I wrote that caption on, is carpet last week's news kind of thing. But then I looked at the entries for INS at Island, and they're gonna fill up, and if you're not paid, they're gonna start booting people and letting people in on the wait list. So I don't know. It could be Roar's long schedule because that race should have been a Friday to Sunday deal, in my opinion. But
Well, and we
that's
go kind of
we,
again.
we've gone around in circles about this topic, and so has everybody else. We don't
Look,
need
if you want Roar to be better, step
Yep,
up, put your money where your mouth is,
100%.
and let's make it better.
Yeah.
Nobody wants a shitty governing body, and nobody
Well,
wants to help. What? We can't have both things. Don't
yep.
be a complainer and then not put any effort into
Oh, yeah.
helping, even if it's constructive criticism.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
just if you're
you're
good at
right.
artwork, hey, Roar, I need some help.
Yeah.
Roar says to Joe, hey, can you make this for me real quick? I would like a new cover photo to put up on our website so that we can keep current.
Sure.
Just stuff like that. If we have people that in the organization that are willing to help,
No,
here's the
absolutely.
rules, and we all, need a governing body because we see what happens when there's not one.
Yep. Yep.
We have to go all modified. That's the only 8 scale mostly does not need a governing body because it's modified.
Yes.
8
They
scale
need
has a,
fuel tank, weight, and wheelbase in A scale.
yeah,
Um,
wheel diameter too.
yes, that fucking thing.
Well, I mean, like those are the
Oh, it's
big
a rule. It's a rule.
for the four. Like I would say the four big kind of things in 8 scale are those.
Yep. So let's shift gears a little bit. Let's talk about the new RC10 T84
Okay.
because this one kills me because it's a beautiful truck. If I were to make a mini truggy, it would be this. But the reason it kills me, and a lot of guys were like, "Oh, it's not a mini truggy. It's got a bruggy body on it." And towards the end of mini truggy's popularity, they went bruggy bodies. What kills me about it is 5 years ago or so, and I can't remember if it was Radio Impound podcast or if it was a No Name RC podcast, but they had somebody from Team Associated on there. And yeah, Lee says the body. What the hell? That's what they are, Lee. That's a bruggy body. And they basically, in a nice way, said, mini truggy is not what we do. No, don't get me wrong. I'm so happy they changed their mind. But dude, this truck is like 4 years too late.
The suspension looks weird with the shocks as small as they are.
Well, that's what we're doing with actually
Okay.
those are a little well with stadium trucks, we're running buggy shocks, at least on carpet.
They look small.
Yeah, they look small and the truck is low because I'm guessing they got to run
It's on
like a
slicks.
14 to 16 millimeter ride height on that thing. My only thing is they did not talk to a mini truggy person when they designed this thing. And I'll
Shouldn't
tell
there
you
be a
why.
front brace?
No, front brace, no. This is all great, except for that servo. You can't run a low profile servo in a mini truggy. Because guess what? You pop them. I went through 6 in 2 years and I wasn't driving bad. And then I put in a ProTech 155T full size servo, and it was wonderful, rock solid. Couldn't, like, you would land off and jump a little hard and pop a low profile servo. So now you have to do a little rejiggering. I mean, I bet you could move the receiver back to that battery brace spot right here. I doubt you can see.
Put it behind the ESC too.
Yeah, you could put it behind the ESC. Also, the front arms might be a little weak. We've tried truck style arms before on former mini truggy conversions, and they never worked. They would snap, and we would have to go to the techno arms. But these are something different. These are not regular truck arms. So we'll have to see how they work before we pass judgment.
Okay.
Now, I'm looking at the bottom of this chassis, and dude, they fixed the B84 problem. They really did. So right here, you see right here at the B block, this was the biggest problem with the B84. That's where they're all snapping because they countersunk all the way to the edge of the chassis. Well, they moved it for this truck, and there's plenty of meat there. You will not see broken chassis. It's a little light right here, but believe it or not, that's not as important
I
because
would agree with that.
that's a diff case screw. That's not gonna, I mean, it's gonna take hits, don't get me wrong, but you break diff cases at the top.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, this is exactly what I would have designed.
4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago. Now, that being said, does that mean Team Associated can't bring
Yeah.
back a class? Yeah, that 659 hurts a bit too. Um, the price
That's expensive.
the price of aluminum's through the roof.
Well, like, how much is the B84?
I want to say the B84 is 600.
Is it really? Man.
Let's look. Do I have to type in RC10 B84? Hold on. It's bringing parts up. No, like I said,
It's 640.
Yeah, I saw it. It's 640. So,
Man.
I mean, that's what they cost now. The B7.1's $399.99.
I just didn't. I how much is the B71?
$399.99. But like the X-Ray Mini Truggy, I want to say is in the $700 range. I mean, you're looking at an A scale right there too. The electronics are cheaper, the tires are cheaper, but the rolling chassis, you're looking at you're looking at the cost of an A scale. But I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to be the first one to get one. By no means. I'm not starting another class. Ryan Greening and I worked our asses off to get Mini Truggy and make it a popular class. We went from like 3 people showing up to there being a C main. And then we lost all of our clay tracks and it died because the technos were awful on carpet.
I mean, hold on now. That's not an 8 scale. That's a big 10. That's a 9 scale.
No, I'm saying the cost of it.
I know, but the 8 scale is $10 more.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on, man.
But that's what things are costing now, which is unfortunate. If you look at the X-Ray, here, let's look it up quick. Because X-Ray made one in 2025, I want to say. X-Ray XT4.
I mean, the XB8E is $750.
The XT4 is $699.
It's X-Ray.
Yeah.
You're expecting to pay more.
Yeah, but it's not much less money than an A scale.
Right, like the latest 8 scale X-ray car is $75 more than the Team Associated one.
Yeah. So, anyways, what I was saying is I will not be the first one to get one. I will be the 10th guy to get one. I'm not starting a freaking class, but man, I'd love to run Mini Truggy again. I miss it. I really do. This is actually good. I'm going to the Omaha Hobbyplex this weekend with Mod Live Media, and they still have a really strong Mini Truggy class that never went away. It's actually kind of cool that stuck around for so long.
I bet there'd be, well, maybe. There might be one there.
I don't know if any associated team guys are there.
Yeah, if you had like some pre-production guys.
Yeah, I don't think. But speaking of, so next week, Omaha, we've talked about it on here before. the Protex Spring Champs. That's the last time I've raced a modern 10 scale on clay. And I've told this story a bunch. And I love the Protex Spring Champs. But the last time I was there was in 2022. And I'm like, I'm said this is going to be my last clay race ever because Joe 3 was getting sick. I wasn't feeling great after the races and all that crap. And then I'm having such a great time at the Spring Champs in 2022. I'm like, I'm not quitting clay ever. I'm going to do whatever I have to do to keep racing clay wherever I have to race. And then Sunday morning in the hotel, I had a nosebleed, a really bad one for over a half hour from being in that environment. But that's when we were using liquid wrench and all that other nasty crap, naphtha, what have you. Now we're using TDK.
Mm-hmm.
So they say it's non-toxic. I would say it's definitely less toxic.
Yeah, I don't know about that. How did you feel after the Clash?
That's a different story.
Okay.
I didn't feel great after the Clash. Oh man, my boy's turning on the 3D printer. You're gonna hear beeps. I didn't feel great after the Clash. That's a whole different scenario. So at the Omaha Hobbyplex, it's like even though it's through a set of doors from the pits, the outdoor track is almost in a separate building. So you don't get the same things you do at your regular indoor clay track. Um, it, I I'll tell you what, we quit racing at the 510 in Foley before it closed because 3 weeks in a row I felt hungover for 2 days after not drinking at all.
I mean, for me, when I go to these races,
Yeah.
especially the travel races, like I don't feel bad because of the environment I'm in. I feel bad because I'm in a closed room with a bunch of dudes that aren't
Yeah.
like necessarily hygienic, who are doing God knows what. And I got no sun, and I'm not eating healthy, and
Mhm.
I'm not working out, and I'm
100%.
also drinking more than I would normally.
Yes.
Like, not like I have a hangover, just like I'm not 100% every day, and then by that, that main day, I might be 80% because I just like do not living healthy. And so
No.
I don't know. When I go to the Clash, like I'm there. I might show up Thursday night to give Angie some product. But I'll be there like all day Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I feel fine. And
Yeah.
I feel the same way when I went to like Island for their big race, or when I went to FCC, or Canadian Nats, or
Sure.
PNB. Like I feel the same shitty terribleness almost everywhere I go when I travel, and then I
Yep.
get home, and then 2 days later I feel back to normal.
Yep.
I don't
Um,
know, like it has to do a lot with specifically the clay or the whatever, but I think it's a
well,
culmination of everything.
for me, it was definitely sauce. But there's guys who go to like Silver State or something like like an indoor arena race,
Hmm.
and they're sick for a month after because that dust just kills them. It's
Yeah.
whatever's person sensitive to. Like the dust doesn't bother me at all, and
Well,
nitro
the
fumes,
dust and yeah, dude, the nitro fumes hurt my eyes now.
they can, yes, definitely.
I
Um,
walked into P&B and my eyes were like not having it. I stumbled through to get up above
yeah.
on the stands.
Hmm. I get it. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, Jason's saying allergies are a big deal. They are.
Yeah.
And you know, I Joey, when he was real little, developed a real bad reaction to mold. And I thought mine was due to mold as well, but it ended up being the nasty shit we were using as traction compound. That's what I mean. You're burning liquid wrench into tires. You're burning rubber and liquid wrench at the same time. You know what I mean? It's not good. But now that they're using a little less toxic sauce, I think I'll be fine. And when I went to the first gig I worked with Mod was the 2024 INS before Elite took it over at the Omaha Hobbyplex. I did not go trackside, but I was fine the whole time. You know,
Yeah. I think if you're not like in the pits, it's less.
yeah,
And I think if you're not on the track, it's a little less.
sure.
But like some of these, like if you're watering dirt in a building, like you're gonna get mold. Like there's
Yep.
just not two ways around it.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And again, that's why Omaha's a little different than these other tracks because you're in the track, but you're only in the track for your qualifier and what you're marshaling for. And then you're
Yeah,
back
10
out.
minutes at a time.
Yeah, you're not sitting in it for hours and hours and hours. So yeah, this nitro smoke at P&B. There I wasn't at this event, but there was a techno series race at Omaha to where the weather was weird and there was the nitro cloud wouldn't dissipate and it stayed in the air and you couldn't see your car. Daniel Bender sent me a picture of that. He's like, have you ever seen that? I'm like, no, that would suck.
No.
A couple other things. I got a couple other little notes. The 2027 Aurora Carpet Nats is going to be a PDX.
Is that the carpet one?
Yep. That's one I actually kind of want to go to because I've been watching PDX on Facebook for a few years now, and Kevin Fote does an amazing job with the track. I really want to go check it out. It looks super cool. It depends on where we are. If my dog doesn't break his effing leg next year, maybe I can go. He's finally on no restrictions. And can you imagine a puppy like the last week and a half? He's just been going and not stopping. Like he's making up for the 5 weeks he was on lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
Big time. Oh, so I have local mini Z racing 7 minutes from me. It's actually
you can't call unless they're racing mini Z's. They get
are
real
racing-
upset about that.
they're racing mini Z MO4s, MO3s, and MO4s. So it's legitimate mini Z's.
The 28 scale racers get real butthurt when you call them mini Z's.
I know. No, these are mini Z's. What's the cool part about it is, so I started racing in '88 at this place called North Star Hobbies. A guy named Dan, yep, a guy named Dan Boyle ran that track, and all that stuff. And it's like, I don't think I've seen Dan Boyle since the early 90s, and he's one of the guys running this mini Z stuff 7 minutes from me in Big Lake at the Thirsty Bison. I'm a little bummed I'm going to miss next week because I'm going to be in Omaha, but yeah, check it out. I mean, next week they're going to be at the Thirsty Bison on the 25th at noon, and they run in the event center when there's no events going on, and they let them do it for free.
I was going to say, what, like a Thirsty Bison sounds like a bar to me.
It is. It's a bar and event center. But yeah, they let people run. They're gonna make an outdoor parking lot oval track for Losi NASCARs and 1RC cars and all that other stuff. So, real grassroots racing, but I mean, it's legit mini Z track that they're running on. So yeah, if Mod gets a gig for the Netherlands, maybe I'll build a car and have it ready to roll. Yeah. I'll be like, I'll race with you guys. Just don't score me because I'll be laps and laps ahead.
Maybe.
But yeah, dude, I mean, it's just super cool that there's something so close, I think. Yeah.
So the local asphalt track has
Yep.
a decent Losi NASCAR following, and they raced indoor. And this, I mean, the asphalt track, like when my car's good, I could do like a 16-0 in my terrain.
Okay.
It's just a big fucking track.
It's yeah.
And so they opened up the rules for Losi NASCAR, so you could rent any brushless motor, or like I can't remember exactly what it was, but something like that. And they're not that fast. They're still doing like 23-second lap times, but at least
Yep.
it's manageable.
Yeah.
Like they'd be doing like 33-second lap times if it was the stock motor, and the motor would explode on the straightaway.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like
It would
the
just be
yeah. The Losi NASCAR is good for if you're running on road, it's good for a track the size of $1. You're 70 by
yeah.
40.
It could be a little bigger, but yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I do hate to give Horizon props, but they really hit some. They did good with the Losi NASCAR, and they did good with that 22S Losi sprint car. Lee's saying the closest mini Z to him is 45 miles. Yeah, for me,
Get after it.
Yeah, Dollar Hobbies is the closest to me, and that's almost an hour. I mean, you're 2 hours to your closest carpet track, 2.5.
140 miles to the asphalt track, one way.
Yep.
Get after it. 45 miles, that's 45 minutes maybe less.
Yeah, our first fifth scale race is going to be 120 miles away at Southern Minnesota RC Raceway. So, Billy Kelly says 9 different state that run the Losi NASCAR, all different size tracks where he runs his. So
I think it's a great class, and as long as they keep it box stocked. And for the asphalt track, I understand why they did not keep it box. The only thing you do is motor.
I think for dirt you allow the J Concepts tires.
Oh, they're running them on dirt?
Yeah, they're running them on dirt, and they're doing well.
Yeah, you got to have a treaded tire for that.
Yeah, or a proper slick compound. Mike check.
It depends on the dirt, but yeah.
Yeah, I want to say they have they have a couple tires for the Losi NASCAR. I can't remember exactly, but it's like.
But just choose one.
Yeah,
just choose one.
Right.
This is one we're running.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Jason's right. Off-road needs the equivalent to Losi NASCAR for novice. The Slash used to be it, but I bought in Slashes recently, and I think the time for the Slash has passed.
You need a mini truggy or like a 4-wheel drive buggy that's ready to run.
Well, hold on.
It doesn't suck.
Like Masami advertises these Xstrada cars, or this Xstrada. It's a G-Force car, and it's a beginner car. It's reliable.
Just 2 hands so we can see it.
Sorry. So this is a 2-wheel.
Okay.
That's Genova. That's like B4. Call it a B4.
Okay.
And then you got the Xstrada for 4-wheel. And they're not going to.
That looks like a 2-wheel.
It does, but it's not. It's got a diff in the front butt. but they're not going to be the fastest, but it's a great entry level. Phil's saying MMR had the Losi NASCAR championships, and that was a blast. I bet it was.
They like the ready to run car needs to handle well enough. And
Yes.
then when they're ready to move up to the more advanced, like when they're beating the pants off everybody else in the low C NASCAR class.
Yep.
I don't know if you could do this with NASCAR specifically, but put a bigger motor in it, open the battery up, put whatever you can fit in there, and go run with touring car and see what happens.
Well, the thing with the Losi NASCAR on carpet and in general, the Losi 22S Sprint is they handle, like you said earlier, what off-road needs, they handle fairly well out of the box. Out of the box. Now, what are you gonna do with Slash or like off-road? Because the Slash is not good out of the box.
No, well, it's okay, but it's not like fun.
No, it's not fun. And like on carpet, you gotta do a lot to make it work on carpet. Then it's okay. They're terrible in the parking lot. I thought they were going to be great parking lot vehicles. Oh, they're terrible. You know what? I'll tell you the answer right now. And it's a little more. Jeff's saying you need a sub $300 ready to run that looks cool, drives well, and is durable. And
I don't know that you could do that with a bigger car.
But Traxxas does have the answer. That frickin' rally car. That rally car is good on your average 10 scale off-road track. It really is. And it handles great out of the box. They don't do much to them, and they're great. They got a little bit of a following last winter in Minnesota. They're $380, and they're pretty good, and you can rub fenders, and they're not overpowered. They're not underpowered. They're pretty good. You know? Yeah. Billy and Jeff are saying the Grom class. Yeah, maybe. You know.
I think it's tough to get anything like decently like 10 scale size for 300 ready to run. That doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Well, like
Well,
the reason the Slash is less than $300 is because the servo is like made of toothpicks.
Yeah. And that's every
and the
regular
battery's also not like you need a decent, not that the smart batteries are amazing, but I would probably say they're better than the Traxxas batteries. And I would venture a guess that the Spectrum ESC is better than the Traxxas one.
Yeah. So Mike is saying a Yokomo RO 2.0 rookie car. I mean, yeah, that might be an option. Jason saying Serpent makes RTR buggy for 269 that needs tires. So those are lesser known options. You know what Schumacher did? Speaking of Mike, Schumacher made that touring car. Was that Vibe?
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
Mike's gonna be running the Vibe in stock, and like I saw him running a couple times. It looks good.
Not a bad looking car, and it's extremely affordable. It costs $300 for a roller.
Something like that, but it's like it's a T4S car.
Yeah,
but I think that fills a void.
It's a great entry level car. Off road needs something like that as well. Like I have these flyers for the G-Force Xstrada and the Genova. They'd be great on the outdoor tracks, but it'd get you into it. Carpet, dude, they'd suck. You know what I mean?
And you need a rally car for carpet.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do any jumps, because I don't know about these off-road buggies, but most cars need some heavily modification or tuning to make them work.
That Traxxas rally car, I'll tell you what, and I hate to say I'm impressed with the Traxxas, but I am impressed with that Traxxas rally car. I ran one a couple years ago in the parking lot series. I'm like, oh, this is cool and this is fun, and it handled well. I had a lot of fun with it. Oh God, they're up to 429 now.
What's that?
The Traxxas rally car.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the four-wheel drive slash chassis with better tires and shorter shocks and an enclosed body. And dude, the car is good. Out of the box, the car is good. And it's hard to say that a car that costs now $429. The last time I looked at them, they were $380. And it's hard to say that's the answer, but I really think this is the answer. I really do. Because
We need to get behind a class nationally
mhm,
and push that class like we did in Losi NASCAR. And you know what? Maybe Horizon's going to come out with a great solution to this. Maybe,
maybe.
hey, Horizon, do an off-road Losi NASCAR,
They're not
please.
listening. They're not listening. I wish
I
they
was
were
shouting
listening.
from the back. That's all I got.
I know, I wish they were. Team Associated has kinda listened to me, so remember when I said, they should make a JRX too? Well, they've been making Tamiyas. Team Associated's coming out with, their version of the Fox, or is that the Cox Fox? It's the one with the vertical shock on top. It's a RC10 Fast Fox. But, I mean, seriously, dude, it's so RC10 is making and they made a trailing arm, they made a Tamiya Super Champ, or their interpretation of the Tamiya Super Champ. So they're making Tamiyas. So we could see our Losi JRX2 or their version. And then, I mean, a few years back, I've talked about this on the podcast. Team Associated made their Club Race Hero cars. They made a B6 and a B64 when they were still the relevant car. They made them RTR out of the box to where you just had to take them out of the box and run them. And they actually did a bunch of tests with them, and they had I forget what pro. They had a pro test them at OCRC against his vehicle against these club racers. And you know, the club racers had stock motors or whatever Associated put in there at the time. And they were only like 0.6 of a lap slower out of the box to a pro's car. So Associated has attempted this prior.
I think that's a great answer. And honestly, like in off-road, we know that the tires are like 90% of it. So
Yeah, totally.
if you have a decent tire and a decent battery and a decent motor, like even if they're not the best,
Yeah.
like that puts you in the ballpark.
Yeah. Yeah, Jeff's funny. He goes, 10% tariff paying that much means we're winning, right? Oh, man.
All right,
Yeah.
Joe, you got anything else, man?
No, you know, I still got to spend an hour in the RC room. Usually I go to bed after these, but I am panicking right now. So I'm going to spend an hour after this working on fifth scale stuff.
Well, you have fun with that, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang out with my family.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm Joe Zaire Jr., and with me is my co host, Zach Donathan. Tune in next time for episode 200, and we have ran out of talent. Have a good night, guys.